When do we use these little silly things that we all call tweens? When do we take them down from the top of the shelf? When do we look at the tweens and then look at ourselves and then say, oh, baby little tween, today's gonna be your day. You are going to make me proud. You're gonna send letters back to your whole tween town, and they'll take a seat and they'll look at those letters and they will read about the day that you were used and you got your revenge on the people that said that you never avenged the death of your tween parents, but their guess was inherently wrong. Yeah, this tween, it is gonna live long, and possibly even forever. I mean, until the end of its tween days. Yes, the end of its tween days. And I'm gonna tell you how, because my name is Bepler, and I'm talking to you about tweens. Hey guys, what? No way, a tween understanding tutorial? Whoops, ever ain't seen one before? Nope. You haven't. We're gonna dive deep into the pentagons. Little did you know, this is actually 108 degrees right there, from here to here. It's a curious thing that, no, it's about tweens. Let me get a new layer, because I'm gonna need at least 3. I have notes, right here. Welcome to Better Understanding Tweens, because they are misunderstood creatures of the night. They don't get enough credit, but also sometimes they get overcredited, and that's just self-centered. So let's better understand them. Let's put them in their proper place, and don't read ahead. Here, be like Geo. So, how the motion graph editor works. Okay, all right. You may have seen this motion graph editor and thought to yourself, what do I do? And I'm going to tell you today now time, if you haven't already seen my tweens tutorial, well, I talk about it in that, but this is just a quick refresher on tweens and better understanding why, where, and how to use them. So this is a pentagon, and what I've done is make it into a symbol. I did that twice actually, and I broke it up and rotated it and then did it again. And so here it is. This is the symbol, and it is a movie clip. Tweens work with graphics, buttons, and movie clips. So, well, also, like, here, watch. If you just try and tween a brush stroke, okay, right, you move it to, what it does is it does a tween. See this? This is no movie clip. Okay, watch. Graphic. So it's a theoretical graphic. It's called a tween, but it makes a graphic of the first and last frames of your tween, so that it can tween it if you just have a shape. It's like a hoax graphic. It's a phantom graphic. It'll still treat it as a library item, but it's a tween brought into existence only by necessity. So that's what it'll do. But say you had something else here, like you had this guy at the start, and then you had this guy at the finish, and you tween that. Well, now, like that. It just creates a graphic for the first and last frame, and it lets you do it. And it goes off position, so wherever the center of this is now, it's going to tween to become the center of this. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So if I do a little test a right now time. Like if I have one thing, but at the end I have like 2, okay, it's gonna put the center of whatever this thing is, which right before it is right here, to where the center of these 2 things are, and then this will be those 2 things right there, and then this one will be the beginning bit right there. Classic. Bam. So you don't even have to actually symbolize. Flash will do it for you, but usually you want to have control over that ahead of time, so you don't, because, and I don't know if there's any way to force it to make anything other than a graphic when you're doing a forced tween, but maybe there is, and I just don't know about it. But we're not going to worry about that, because usually you don't tween like that. So back to the pentagon. This guy, who has an outline now, and I chopped off the side of. He's got character. It's got character. So you tween him, right? Tween him frame 50. So it's all seeming very familiar. Classic tween. Ah, yes. Why classic tween, Andrew? What? What? Why classic tween, Andrew? Ah, yes. So in Flash 8, you only had motion tweens. So if we make the very same pentagon, the exact same one, D7537B, just copy it. Just copy it. Don't need to memorize that. I'm going slower than my hands. Oh, right. My old hotkeys. I will always forget that. These are so bad, guys. Okay, so we do the same guy. We chop off the side. And, oh, I'm trying to use my new hotkey still. 2. What is my symbolized key? Oh, it's control space. All right. Okay, so here he is. When you move him to frame 50, what? What? Andrew. There's only one option for me. I don't have classic tween. I don't, because this is classic tween. In Flash 8 and maybe CS3, motion tweens are called motion tweens. But in CS4, at the very least, upwards, motion tweens are now called classic tweens. Okay, bear with me. I know, it's kind of weird. And then motion tweens now. See, these are motion tweens. This is like distributive tween or like progressive tween. Motion is a poor word for this type of tween. This is what a motion tween really is. This is like additive tween, but not motion. Okay, so if you're in the upper versions, classic is the one you usually want. Lately, I've been trying to get into motion tweens and understand how to make them work for me, and they're all right. Like, they're all right, especially in CC now that they have this thing. But I wish you could sync these up, sync up X and Y distribution, and I haven't figured out a way to do that yet, because it just separates them out. So like if at the end it was moving up, it's like I have to line it up. If anybody knows how to coordinate these two, I just don't know. Add ease. Yeah, but then you can really visually see custom eases. Listen, I'm getting ahead of myself. Motion tweens, ignore them. Just don't even mess with them. So put this thing over here. Did you see that little dragging, that little artifact dragging it did? Okay. Good. Next, when you want to make your tween go anything other than the same speed the whole time, you click anywhere from here to here. It can be any amount of frames, all of them or just one of them, and you go to your properties, and there is an edit button next to an easing slider. Okay? If you don't know what easing is, it's this brilliant thing where you can automate
the speed of your tweens without hand animating eases. Like, look at this. This moves 1/50th of this, distance it travels every frame. Okay? Exactly 1/50th, because there are 50 frames. But sometimes you don't want that. So if I go to my properties, here's that edit button. Sometimes it looks like a pencil. In Flash 8, it looks like an edit button. Just look for something like this. You gotta look for pencils, because pencils mean you can edit. Here's that easing slider again. This time, it's just a number. There's no slider bar next to it, so you just click and drag that. I'm gonna leave it at 0 for this example's sake, because honestly, it's stupid that this is here. It is so horrible that this is even available, and I think it's the worst thing in Flash. What would really make more sense is just have this whole tweening section. See this line right here that separates everything down here from this? Like, if inside of this box you just had this window, like you could click and drag it down and then you could do it right in there, that'd be the best thing in Flash. Like, I can't quite do it, but like right there. It'd be the best. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so once you've selected it and you click edit, you can have it here and you can hold it with your fingertips. And this is the tween. After 50 frames, it has done 100%. Man, it's like I'm repeating myself from the Tweens tutorial. Okay, go watch that, please. So the moment I click one of these dots here, and that's all I did was click one of the dots on the corner, I get a handle that I can pull, and I can squash, and I can move. So pulling and squashing doesn't change your tween at all. Like, if I bring it to this corner, it's the same tween. It's exactly the same. All moving the handle does is it influences your influence over your tween. That's exactly how you should put it. So I've kind of bugged it up now. Don't ever put your handle over your handle, otherwise you won't be able to move your handle. So like moving it taller and shorter, it just gives you less or more control over this point, and this point has control over this curve. So like a short handle pulled all the way to the bottom is a very, very insignificant ease in. A long handle pulled all the way to the bottom is a very significant ease in. All right? It's simple like that. So the further away you have it from your point, the more control you have. You just have to memorize that lines that go along the bottom at the beginning and then go up are eases in, just because that's the way it works. Because if, it's starting slow, because this is time. No. This is time. This is always time on the X. And this is, what's it called? Tween progression. And you can't do that. You could play. You can go like this. You can do a little test from in there. It's the weirdest thing. It's like the only thing you can work with when you're inside this window is this window. Look, click, bing, 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 bing. It's like, nope. It's like ding. But you can still send a signal back from this window out to your timeline to say play and stop. Play, stop, play. And it always starts from the beginning. It's so weird. It's something. Okay. So these are called easing outs, because on the in, look at this. I mean, it doesn't even get to 5 frames before it's at 50%. Or before it's at 50%. So like after 5 frames, it's at 53% of the tween. After 10 frames, it's at 70%. Look at that. So the tween has only just, it's still a child tween, but it's already, it's already 9/10 of the way through its progress before its life is even past teenage years. So that's one of these kinds of tweens. You know, he gets an early start on life. He jumps head first, and then at the end slows down a lotly. Good. That's how to use your motion graph editor. If you want to add more points, just double click on the line. No, just single click. You don't even have to double click. And you can add oodles of points and get yourself custom tweens wazoo. Bam. And when your tween, like, watch this. Reset, right? So, gotta make this handle nothing. There. So now it's just a point, right? There's no handles on this. You see this point? It's a direct linear path from this point to next point. If you scrunch your handles in to nothing. I don't think it works on the starting ones. Alright, it does. I just did it. Oh, I don't want that point. Undo. Okay. So now I have a linear tween by scrunching in my handles, right? So this is gonna be like, it's linear, you know. It moves the same speed in accordance to what part of the tween it's in. So if I put that there, right? Just put it there. It's gonna stay at the beginning the whole time until right at the end. So like now, if I make a point here, and I do this, watch what happens. Just watch what happens. Ready? Did you see it? Did you see it? It went backwards. This is a tween going backwards. What? How can it do that? It's the magic of tweens. Look at this. Let's ease it a little bit. No. All right. Well, that's good enough, right? And then put one here and drag it there. Yeah. So now, what I've got is a tween that does. It's like, look at it. And then you just have to like put an F6 here and then delete the last frame. And okay, you can't do that. But if you make it all frame by frames, and then you get rid of the last one, look at that. It's wowzers. My oh my. One tween, two directions. Great. Alright, so moving on. You've learned how to create linear points. What's next? Rotation? How to use it. Understanding rotation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, to understand this, we have to move past the positional tween. No longer are we creating in-betweens for destination 1 to destination 2, but we're creating in-betweens for destination 1, 2, rotation 1, 2, scale 1, 2, color filters, all that jazz. Rotation. Okay. So now, this tween, what did I just do there? Oh my gosh, I'm doing too many things at once. All right, listen. When you select a tween, like you're in here in the motion graph editor, there is a box here that says use one setting for all properties. If you turn it off, you can edit your tweened properties individual. So here's how you go to those graphs. And I talked about this in the other tutorial. So now that's position, and this is rotation, and this is scale. Okay. So if we go in and we change all those things, like we rotate it and then scale it, it'll do everything all in accordance with its individual timelines. But if we set it all for 1, which is oftentimes what you end up doing, then it'll treat that one graph as the graph for every single property. And the whole tween as an entire piece will look more synchronized, but it'll be a little bit more boring because everything is happening all at once instead of getting to see the changes individually, which is sometimes what you want. Other times, it has to be avoided. Bam. Now, about rotation in tweens. We've got pentagon here. Let me give it some sort of distinguishable direction. Now, I'm going to rotate it this much. Now I rotate it to the left. But what? It's rotating to the right. Andrew Bepler, what is happening to my tween? Shh. Worry not, young flasher. It will all be clear soon. When you cross the 180 line, which is however many degrees it is. Check this out. So, I rotate. And if I was able to see the scripting, I think it would tell me how much I did. View JavaScript. All right, so I rotated 185.3 degrees. That is crossing the 180 line. So you can't do that and expect your tween to work. It never, ever will. So like, I keep resetting. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. 182. Don't believe me. Just understand what I'm saying. Listen, bad examples make bad tutorials, but you know what I'm talking about. Once you go past 180, it's like, nope, we're gonna go the other direction now, because it's always gonna rotate the fewest degrees possible to get to the end frame. So you can't do like a 3/4 rotation. Like, you can't get it to do this just by doing that. You have to incorporate, because it'll just go 1/4 instead of 3/4, because it's going the least distance possible. You gotta go rotate, and you say counterclockwise. Okay, but now it's gonna go a whole 1 3/4 times. So that's not what you want. So select this and do a little 0. Okay? So you say rotate 0 full rotations counterclockwise. But the important part is the counterclockwise. So now you can get it to go that far without knowing that it's gonna just jump to the other direction. Because if this was on none or auto, it's gonna say, let's just go that way. Auto is what does it. So give it a direction, give it a 0, and it will do the right thing. Bam. Understood rotation. If you want to go a bunch of rotations, just crank up that number, and it'll go faster than... Now it's going 54 rotations in 50 frames, so it's not even demonstrating 1 per frame. So if you set it to like 20, it'll be a little bit more visual. Like, it's, I don't know, that's like 2.25, 2.33, whatever. Set it to like 5, and then you'll really see it go. There. So now you can like count every rotation. That's 1 and 2 and 3, and you get the idea. Bam. So now that you understand tweens, we can tween as proper people and look good with tweens. Rotations always rotate about the origin. So it'd be like rotating it with the free transform tool. So if I put this at 50 and I don't rotate it at all, but before I set this last endpoint, oh, by the way, tweens, guys, tweens, this is important. You cannot do this. You cannot say start here with the point right there and then end here with the point right there. Okay, you can't do that. you cannot tween the registration point. It doesn't happen. Because see that? Tisk tisk. You tried to tween a moving registration point. It happens to me a lot on accident. Like, I have it start at the center here, and I make my out point. See, you have to move your registration point to where you want it to be before you make your out point. Then you make it, and now it's the same here and here. Here and here. Beautiful. And then you can tween it about that registration point, and it'll know what to do. But if you had it starting like here, look at. All right, scaling is a bad example. Rotation is a much better example. See, it jumps. it jumps. You don't want jumping. You want it to end where you want it to end, not where it would have ended if the registration point hadn't been changed. Alright, I'm done talking about that. We're done with this. I already demonstrated the rotation, and hey, guys, some types of tweens. Well, I already did this at the beginning. Hot diggity, I'm messing up my own system. Let's look at a square and put that symbolized. Some types of tweens. Well, you got your eases in, your eases out, your in out, your outs in. Your in out in, your reversal. You can't really do like true motion graph editing in Flash the way that would be nice. Like, God, hold on. Tutorial on pause. Tutorial on pause. Oh, looking for the link. Credit to Maverick Mighty, the Mav Man, the Canada guy, the cool guy in the house looking at the mouse. Mouse. Link to this website. Okay, look at these things. Credit Mav Mighty for mavmighty.hyunsdojo.com. So, well, actually, credit one Ukasvubslam through Mav Mighty. See these? Like, this is awesome. Okay, these are Tweens graphs, and they are true factual, but it is really difficult to do this kind of stuff in your motion graph editor. So, like, I say Flash, we're gonna tween this thing, and let's try to make it bounce up and down. Okay, let's do it. So, like, you put a point here, and then you grab another point and throw it right there, and move this like down. Oh, points can't overlap either. You can't put one in front of the other. Okay, so start this nice and fast, and move that thing, and then put one up here, and then there, and then there, and then there, and then there. Move a little bit. Look at that. Look at that little tween right there. Little tween. Isn't that nice? It's the point of fiddling with it. You have to experiment. You have to learn what the stuff does. Let's try one of these. A bounce. So it's gonna bounce. So let's go Flash. Flash. Remove this. We don't want that anymore. And let's make it bounce off of the floor. So, tie it backwards. Let's make it bounce off the floor. So it starts up high, and here we go. So it's moving down at a constant speed right now. That's not what we want. We want to select this thing, go to the editor, and have it, ease in. So it's falling. It starts a slow fall, and then it slowly speeds up, and this point is not going to have any Bezier on it. Bezier, Andrew. What? All these words. Bezier it's the handles. It's these things. Just don't stress about it. Same with this point. None of it. And then there we go. So now fall a little bit more easily, and let's try this out. Oh, wow! What a tween. What a stinking tween. If you wanted to add one last bounce, you'd move this back, move that back, add another point, take off that Bezier, take it off. Alright, that's good enough for me. Add one more bounce, and then just stretch these out a little bit. And there we go. And these almost directly reflect like an inverse of what the bounce will look like. So here we go, bounce. Wow, you can do that with tweens, Andrew? I had no idea. Now you do. Now we are bridging the gap between the things that you didn't even know you didn't want to hear people not talk about, and the things that you did. Well, guys, what's next? Tweens are on singles always. Hey, I'm going to put this link in the description. because this is a really great article to read up on, and these are nice to look at, especially. So I'll put this in that description. Things you can't do with Flash are this one, and this one. But get over it, you know? You can do everything else. Done and deal. So, not minimize, just save it. Tweens are on singles always. Alright. This happens to me. It does. I like to animate frame by frame. I do it oftentimes, like if we look at the whole project right here. Like, tweens are there, but they are outnumbered vastly by hand animation. Like, in here, everything from here forward, all of this stuff.
Maybe you didn't even want to hear
all
about.
hand animated.
Or maybe you did.
And I love it, because I can do my doubles, and I like the way that it looks. And sometimes, when I want to fake it, like, I don't want to do it all by hand, I will, like, do something like this. Make it, break it, and take it on a walk. Put this right forward, and tween it to the right. We say classic, we say select all, and custom frame by frame. Oh, I got it, ease it. Look at it, it's a tutorial about easing, and I didn't even ease it. Ease out. Enter. You can just hit enter to hit OK on that window. You don't even have to hit OK every time. Okay, so then I'll grab this, I'll custom thing it, and then I'll start to do exactly what I'm about to do. My name is Pepper, hot like pepper. I'm sizzling in the sky, I'm running and I fly. I'm absolute hard for infinite pie. Woobity woobity woobity. Yeah, pie. Hard for pie. Hard for pie. Ready? I might just do that. And I do that. Just, I don't know why. I like the way that it looks. I love that. I can't get over it. It looks so good to me. And so I'll take a tween and I'll make it into a thing, because I don't like the way that the singles look. The singles look bad. So this would look so much worse than the thing below it in my eyes. So I'll change it. Just change it up. I'm a mixer. You see that? I don't know. The way you do that is you either select all frames, hit F6 or whatever your convert to keyframe button is, convert to keyframes, and then right click and remove tween. Or in CC, now you just have the option to convert to frame by frame animation, which is such a good button. Why has it not always been there? It just does those two steps for you immediately. Yep. Also, because sometimes, like, singles look out of place when you're doing doubles all the while. It looks too smooth. Like when you see old TV shows that were shot in 60 FPS. It hurts my eyes. Right here, singles. It's great. Especially when it's moving slow. Triples, I mean, not singles. Horrible singles. Done. Don't. Good. Breaking up tweens. Talked about it. Using shape hints. Hi. My name is Bepler, and I'm going to attempt to tackle this. So you got a line, right? And you want it to turn into this line. Okay. Just shape tween it, right? Oh no. You can almost guarantee that a shape tween will never work the way you want it to. So, if you want to try, and make it work, go modify shape, add shape hint, and then you get this dot, which has looked the same ever since Flash 8. And you put it there. Okay? On frame 1. That's important. Frame 1. And then you go to the end, and you put it where you wanted that part of the shape to end up. at the end. Snapping is usually helpful, because then it'll snap like that. Okay, so that's a little bit better than it was, right? It's getting there. It's a lot more like what I wanted initially. Modify, shape it. Right now, you might be freaking out and saying, "What? Shape tweens they have a way to work? They never work." Now, I'm not saying it'll work all the time, but it is at least it gives shape tweens a fighting chance. Add shape hint, and it's not like this isn't a new thing. This has been here since all the while. Shape hints, and look, they look exactly the same. Turn this into a shape tween. Break that up. Remove tween, motion tween, shape tween. Oh wait, no, that's right. You can't do it first in this one. You have to do it there. All right, so modify shape hints. Look at that. It's the exact, like, I think it's even the same little sprite, like the same file as this one. So here's point C, and it'll keep saying like A through B through Z until you run out of, you can only have 26. All right, and then at the end, I'll just put C where I wanted it to be on the shape, and slowly, with a billion shape hints, it'll eventually become what you want it to. But it is tedious, and it is something. But I mean, just compare it to what it was before. Whoops. To what it was before. See? It is better. And it does make shape teens a potentially viable thing. Except that you cannot use a pencil. I can't click hard enough. I can't. No matter how hard I click, it never shows up. And there is no pencil here. You can only do this stupid thing. It's green now. It was green. You saw it. What? What? Oh my gosh. So you can use this easing thing, and it'll do a very slight ease. Very slight. It's not good. If you want to potentially amplify it, there's a barely way, but it's not very plausible. So like, say I want to make this top one ease out. Now let's do the bottom one. I mean, gosh dang it, my layers are there. It's the top one now. So I got this one, and I want to make it like start real slow and then end fast. No. Start fast, end slow. That's what I want. So I have to manually make an easing path. I can give myself a little bit of head start by giving it 100. You can't even change this to like more than 100. Gosh. Not even if you go in and you edit the actual file in the history thing where it tells it what to put the easing value at, if you put it at like 300, it's not even what you want. It's so silly that way. So you make a point in the middle. Make a point between those 2 points. Oh, dang it. Oh my gosh. Because I did shape hints. Alright, so we're going to change the bottom one. We're just going to get rid of the top one. Make a point in the middle. Oh wait, give it a 100. It has 100. Middle. Okay. And then in the middles of those, right? So a shape tween is slow at the end if it's easing out. So just start dragging these. Like I dragged the first one right to the end of it, and then the second one 2 away, that one 3 away, this one 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Look at that. That's somewhat of an ease out. Okay, maybe just like, just put this one at the end, this one 1 away, this one 2, and you can get more and more dramatic with it as you realize I need more. Oh, this is an ease in. See, I can't even do it right, but it's a way. It's at least a way. Goodbye. frames. Final. When to use tweens. Okay. You've made it through a lot, tutorial watcher. You are a brave soul. We're coming up hot on 50 minutes, I believe. However many this is times 30 divided by some number. It's time we learn why and when to use tweens. When to use tweens is not for everything. Well, okay, I can't tell you what to do. And I do not know what's best about anything. But I do not like to tween my stick figures or my full body people. I draw those hand by hand, frame by frame. You can tween them, and maybe you're really, really good at it, and it looks really smooth. Great for you. But usually it is faster to hand animate something than to try and figure out how to tween every component of it individually. So that's what I do. Like, times when I do tween is when I just want to automate something and I don't want to get precise little movements. Look at this. All right. Camera moves, precise changes, moving symbolized elements. Yeah, that's good for it. And then similar moves with multiple objects. Yes. So on the camera moves, every camera move is tweened in this thing. Double framing camera moves looks bad, always. Don't even try it. Like if I did camera moves like this, it just doesn't look right. So like there, I tweened this thing, right? Because it was a bunch of stuff all grouped together, and I wanted them to all move at the same, speed. So they are tweened. There they went. What else? All this is hand animated, just because it's faster than, like, I'm pretty fast at doing it. Let me try and redo this part that has that in it. So clear frames, and here we go. So like, I have my new hotkeys now. I was in Flash 8 hotkeys. Okay, if like that, and I turn on onion skin, it makes it really easy to just like estimate where it would be, and then by the time I would have already started working with my tween, I'm done, and I'm to the double framing phase. And that is done. That is done.
That maybe you didn't even want.
Easy, right? And then you just do that at the end of it. That.
Things that maybe you didn't even want.
Great. Okay. So that's why I hand animate stuff, because it's faster. But you know when it's not faster? Where's one? Well, on those, it's not faster on those because I want a really, because all these, see these? They all have the same motion. It's like that. So I can just copy that from one to the other and like get their starting positions and their ending positions and then put them in place and then tween them. And here, this is probably annoying by now. No more scrubbing sound. So like, I get their starting and ending positions and then give them all the same tween, and it's instantaneous. It's like so much faster. Same with little tiny precise movements. I think there's one at the beginning, which is great. There. Far. I did an ease in out on far. Right there. So, like, you see all this stuff? All this junk? That. Wait, that? That? No, I did far by hand. Where's the actual example, Andrew? Where the heck is one? Odds. Okay? Look at this. Odds. I don't want to be fiddling around with tiny little changes right here. It's too much work. So, and at the end, these little changes right here, those insignificant changes that just bring out smoothness, there's no sense in doing that by hand. So I'll automate that. But big chunky movements that I can do, I think it's right here. Yeah. Like this would be this many frames to deal with when I could just tell it to do that and ease in, ease out. That's when you automate. And then, yeah, similar moves with multiple objects. Really, really great stuff. Like on that one word in the beginning, the stories. Check this out. Inside of the stories, I just did beginning and ending positions, and I said, all of you do this, and now, wow, it's great. Amazing. Give this stories an Oscar. And there you have it. These are just some of my thoughts on tweens. Better understand them, get to know them. Don't ever worry about what all this does. You know, it's faster to hand animate it than to utilize these options. Orienting to path is sometimes good if it doesn't already. You know, syncing symbols is an entire can of worms that has to do with character animation. You might want to learn about it, but I'm not the guy to teach you. Coloring along a path, change color, transform as per path color. You see, I'm not even gonna start. Thank you for watching. My name is Bepler. This has been a tutorial. You've made it. Have a nice day. See you in the next one.